Greetings, greetings. This is Kenya Revolution for another session for today. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, comrades, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I am doing great. This is another wonderful day on a what? February 13th, 2024. A day before Valentine's, okay? Join me if you're joining wherever you are. Karibu sana. I know you might be somewhere in Australia, somewhere in Antarctica, somewhere in North America, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in South America, somewhere, wherever you are, somewhere in Kenya. It's evening right now in Kenya. So if you're watching, umetoka kazini, umechoka, you're just relaxing, and unafungua mtandao, ukapata notification hapa, ama umeona sura hapa hivi, ya mtu, and you're wondering who it is me, Kenya Revolutionary, my brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. Please, immediately you see this video, make sure you like it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Subscribe. I know some of you might not like the topic at hand today. The topic, Leo, ni Ruto has totally finished Azimio, has dismantled it completely. I know some of you might be asking yourselves, what in the heck is he talking about? Azimio is still standing. We can still see Raila Odinga in Mombasa as he was today with the governor of Mombasa. And Hassan Joho actually joined him in his rooftop car sunroof, addressing the wananchi there. You might be wondering, what is this guy talking about? I will explain. I will take you step by step and explain to you how Azimio is not only fragmented, but there's something inevitable that's going to take place, which is what? A total obliteration, or let me just say the end of what is called the Azimio coalition. It might stick with a few members, or it might be disbanded completely and change names. As we know, these are the same players that have always been in the same group, but they changed the names. It was before ODM, then it started as NAC, Mara sijui Code, Mara sijui Nini, Pentagon, Mara sijui. It's the same thing, but they just keep on changing names. But I will explain to you how we ended up here with this Azimio. As you can see, Raila seems to be in his campaign mode. And Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka said, enough is enough. I'm running in 2027 and I'm hitting the ground. He was in Embu and he's on the road. He's not wasting any time this time. He said, you know what? I have to be the flag bearer this time. I'm not waiting. I'm out there doing this. And it seems like the Kamba community are backing him completely. Even the people who are closest to Raila Odinga are saying Kalonzo Musyoka, Tosha this time. 2027, Kalonzo, Tosha. But I want to explain to you how this came to be. Like, share, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, like, share, and subscribe if you're watching this. I am just waiting on for you guys to do so as we head on and tukiendelea na kipindi, okay? Always have coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, karibu sana. I can see people hapo kwa X. Karibu sana. Thank you very much again for this session. Now, I want to start with a video of Rigathi Gachagua. I know most people really are not a big fan of Rigathi Gachagua because the way he talks, he doesn't mince his words. Anakuambia tu hivyo. He says what comes to his mind and he says it. But you know what? People like that they call them mad and whatever. And there's a Azimio side don't like him and they call him Gachietha or whatever. But one thing you cannot say about Gachagua is very, very honest with how he thinks and how he sees things, okay? He's very, very honest, okay? He might be abrasive and maybe can turn you off, but one thing you cannot deny, when he says it, and he means it, and he knows what he's talking about for the most part, not all the time. So let's get to it. Let me start with this video, of Gachagua, and explain to you, this was a long plan that actually has dismantled, has actually paralyzed Azimio to the core. It's inevitable that Azimio is going to break up. I'm telling you, I know if you're still in Azimio, you might be sitting there saying, oh, no, we watch Azako, you're just hating Azimio. No. Here we are very honest how we look at things, okay? We don't come here to bash one side or the other. We have to be very objective. I'm not obligated to be objective, but since I like looking at things the way they are, I don't want to spread propaganda because I'm not propagandizing for Kenya Kwanza or Azimio. I'm just telling you like it is. Mupende musipende, ukiangalia hii kitu wana, Azimio seems to be gone, long gone. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. Like it. Like, ukiona your video basi, like it immediately. Share, okay? Comment. And also, kama hujui, you're wondering what's this guy talking about. Please subscribe. Let me go to the video. I don't want to waste your time. Let's tuingie kwa mada mara moja. Let's not waste anybody's time, including yours or mine, okay? Sawa. Let me just start with this video. I will start with a specific video that I want to play for you so you can understand, get an idea of what I'm actually talking about, because you might be wondering, sitting there saying, what's with this guy? What is he talking about? What is he up to? Okay. Why is he saying things that don't seem to have a manner? But I will explain to you right now. Let me play this video. Are you ready? All right. Pay attention, basi. Haya? Umesha pay attention. Haya basi. Ukisha lipa attention, it is free. You just have to focus. That's the price. We just pay attention, focus, and ndio hiyo inakuja. Okay, there you go. All right, here it is. All right. Mko tayari? Ay. Okay, here's my buddy here.
Akaanguka. Sasa William Ruto ndio rais. Hii mzee kuna bahati anaweza pitia 27. Sasa nyinyi, nobody, hakuna mtu yote anataka kwenda upinzani. Ya mauongo. Sasa mlijaribu, wale mlienda pande hiyo, haikufaulu. Na ndio nataka niseme, bwana Natembea, ulifanya mzuri, ulikuja kwa rais ukasema tufanye kazi pamoja. That is leadership. That is being pragmatic. Because resources yote iko kwa serikali. Yule mzee hakuna kitu anaweza pea watu ya Trans Nzoia. Hata yeye mwenyewe anakuja kwetu kutafuta kitu ya kukula. Sasa kama yeye mwenyewe anakuja kwetu, nyinyi mkienda kwake iko kitu mtapata. So I want to appeal to the people of Trans Nzoia. Going forward, mjipange nyuma ya viongozi wenu, mjipange nyuma ya William Ruto na muunganishe Western so that ikuje iungane with the rest of Kenya. Pale Mlima Kenya tumeunganisha. Hapo Western wetaunganisha. Rift Valley wanaunganisha. Then zote tuungane chini ya President William Ruto.
Okay. I know you might be wondering, what is Gachagua saying? Let me just play the part that I actually wanted you to focus on. Here it is.
Huyu Rais William Ruto alishinda ile mzee ya kitendawili akiwa na Uhuru Kenyatta, akiwa na machiefs, akiwa na polisi, akiwa na county commissioners. Hata huyu Natembea alikuwa pande hiyo akaanguka. Sasa William Ruto ndio rais. Hii mzee kuna bahati anaweza pitia 27. Sasa nyinyi, nobody, hakuna mtu yote anataka kwenda upinzani.
Okay, so
ya mauongo.
Let me just explain what's going on here. Let me explain what's going on. Okay, so here, I think he was in Trans Nzoia. That is Gachagua. That's step one. He's revealing something that's we don't actually usually pay attention to what this man says, but what he says actually makes sense. Okay, he reiterated in front of the crowd in Trans Nzoia, addressing Natembea, who's actually a governor up there somewhere. Okay, but what he was basically saying is this: listen, we defeated this guy when he had the state machinery. That is referring to Raila Odinga. Okay, Uhuru was supposed to be helping him win the presidency, but Obviously, we defeated him with all that machinery. Number two, he's actually mentioned, and this is the place where I actually was paying more attention to. He's mentioning that when the year started, Raila Odinga and his followers were actually protesting and doing all sorts of things. We remember that when they were going for Maandamano and all that. And what he's saying is, we actually were able to diffuse that situation. We brought him in the square to Kamweka kwa corner. Okay, basically, we captured him and we stopped the Maandamano that was stopping the economy, that was slowing down the economy, and we put them in a corner. Okay, we were able to subdue Raila Odinga. Okay, so he's basically saying, after we did that, what makes you think he's gonna win in 2027 if we were able to, number one, beat him with the help of Uhuru Kenyatta, who had the state machinery, and number two, when he tried to Maandamano, which is his signature move, we actually subdued him and put him in the corner. So what makes you think that this guy is going to win in 2027? Okay? The reason why Gachagua is talking with so much confidence, there's some rumors out there. And the first person I had who said this was Dr. Miguna, who said that Raila Odinga actually already had been paid back in April. Now, there's a clip. Remember when this Maandamano were actually zilikuwa zinashika moto? Maina Njenga went to JKL Live, okay? And during that interview, he actually told the public that he got a phone call from Raila Odinga who asked him to stop the Maandamano. And this phone call was made after Raila Odinga told him that he should stop the Maandamano because he's meeting Ruto in Mombasa at night, in that meeting where Ruto met Raila with Suluhu and Hassan Joho and Junet Mohammed. So after receiving the call, Raila asked what's his face, Maina Njenga, to stop the Maandamano. That is number one. I'm walking through this. Grab your popcorn. If you're eating, please get something to eat. I'm about to explain and break it down to you and explain to you how Ruto has totally obliterated, finished Azimio, dismantled it completely. They are virtually walking, but these are walking dead man walking. They are going there, having this meeting. Sijui Raila was in Mombasa today. Nania kwa huko Dinio. It is over with. Where is Martha Karua? Ask yourself, where is Martha Karua? Why is Martha Karua so quiet? Remember, another sign that this Azimio is over. When the Narco report came out, Wamalwa was the first one who came out, and Martha Karua, who said, I do not agree with this report. I don't want it. They didn't speak in unison, okay? And even when Raila went and gave that press conference explaining to Kenyans what he accepted and what he did not accept, Eugene Wamalwa and Martha Karua were not present because they were not speaking in unison. Walikuwa hawasikizani. And when the press started asking and speculating that Martha Karua had left, Raila Odinga had to call an emergency meeting to show that they're still one and brought them together. Another thing is the absence of Uhuru Kenyatta. Since they lost election, Uhuru Kenyatta has not even attended one function publicly with Raila Odinga and these Azimio folks. Every time, like somebody once asked here, every time these guys have an Azimio, we always hear people say, oh, Uhuru ametuma rambe. Okay, Goody is saying most of these people are Slim Shady. Let me just pull my chair close to the screen. Please do. But that's what I'm saying, okay? I'm giving you signs that show you that the breakup is inevitable. It is going to happen, whether you want to try to, Azimio, they're trying this PR stance and they're trying to tell us, oh, they're still together. Oh, sijui nimezungumza na ndugu yangu Uhuru Kenyatta ametuma sijui salamu, sijui nini. It is over. One other thing. So I've told you, This is not only coming from Maina Njenga, who told us that there was a meeting, secret meeting in Mombasa, where Suluhu, the president of Tanzania, met secretly with Raila Odinga and with Ruto, President Ruto, and Hassan Joho and Junet Mohammed were present in that meeting, and they agreed that iyo maandamano iishe. And it is said that hapo ndio Raila was given something small, okay, after that. And the maandamano was over after that, because Maina Njenga confirmed to us through that interview, telling us that Raila gave him a phone call, personal phone call, and told him, hey, poesha boli, no more maandamano, hii kitu tuache mwanzo. And after that, there was no maandamano. And that's when the talks started. Okay, so let me bring you back to the talks now. I'm walking you through the talks. Number one, washapata hiyo meeting, Raila allegedly was given something small, maandamano ikaisha. Meeting ikaenda ya NADCO. NADCO proposal ikaenda hivi ikaisha. Nani akakuja na report yake. Guess what? When he came out with the report, Martha Karua and Wamalwa Eugene wakasema, no, we are not agreeing with this report. We don't agree with it. Raila Odinga akasema, mimi nimekubali. Okay? Ruto naye akakubali. No maandamano up to today. So yesterday, or the last week, the court ruling said that, hii kitu, NADCO is not anchored in law, okay? So there's nothing there's nothing fruitful will come out from that, okay? Sindio? Walisema hivyo, sindio? Yes, wakasema hivyo. Raila Odinga and mostly ODM folks, especially, well, to be fair, also Kalonzo said it and Wamalwa said it, ati mpaka wakubaliane according to that NADCO arrangement, or else they will not recognize that IEBC commission that are going to be chosen by President Ruto. Exactly. So, after this, another weather storm that is coming after that, after they said that, Kalonzo Musyoka said that when we were in Ukambani, watu wa Ukambani said Kalonzo ni milazima. And to be fair to my brothers in Ukambani, actually, I'm not a fan of Kalonzo or Azimio or Kenya Kwanza, but if you are going to the hierarchical order, Kalonzo is right to say that it is his time to apewe mkono. I know the Azimio folks, especially from Azimio, are saying that Kalonzo, don't wait for somebody to endorse you. Weenda ujitafutie mwenyewe, which is actually insulting to Kalonzo. Kalonzo has always stepped down for Raila Odinga out of loyalty. Lakini sasa imefika wakati wake apewe mkono, ndio huyo amerukwa. So the Kamba community have the right to feel a certain way. Unasikia? So that's why I'm saying now Kalonzo is very clear, even though he's just maintaining his saving face. Ataki kusema wazi ati mimi ndio naenda kukimbia saizi. Raila is being vague, but not claiming that he's going to run in 2027. But we know Raila wants to run in 2027. Oburu told us that. You saw how Oburu is talking. And actually, if you think about it, Oburu has been the most destructive member of this Azimio coalition, especially on the ODM side. He is not helping Azimio. I'm telling you. If I was Raila Odinga, I will tell Oburu, please, don't speak anything political. Because I'm looking at it from somebody who is not part of any coalition. As an outsider, if I'm looking at the Azimio brigade, okay, I'm looking at it as an outsider. Just let's hear. I'll be looking at Azimio and saying, Raila has ran almost 4 or 5 times, and he has not succeeded, okay? He has not. Exactly. I agree. So, okay, let's see here. Goodia is asking, where is Martha Karua? Very good question. Where is Martha Karua? Karibu sana, Mr. Eugene Gumbe. Gumbe is saying, Azimio team must unite for them to succeed, or else they'll all perish. Very true. A house divided cannot stand. But here is now where it is becoming very critical, because we've reached a very critical juncture in this Azimio saga. Somebody who was very close to Raila Odinga, he's one of the topmost advisor in 2022, said something that was shocking. When I heard that quote, I fell off my feet. Nilianguka chini nikakunywa maji for 10 minutes kuangalia what is going on. Tuangalie hivi. Eugene, make sure you like the video, and make sure you subscribe. Like the video and share. Eugene, like the video. Let me tell you, a very close confidant of Raila Odinga said something that actually rattled the whole Azimio folks. I'll show you the quote right now so you know that I'm not making up stuff. Let me show you what that man said, because this is very, 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 very important. I'll show you in a second. Here it is. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm about to show you something that actually is very shocking to the Azimio folks. Sasa mnaangalia hapo? Haya, tuangalie. Wacha niwaonyeshe basi. Let me show you. I'll show you right now what this Azimio folk was saying. Actually, is mko tayari? I want you to read this with me. Read it with me, okay? Mko sawa? There you go. Mnaona hiyo sura? Can you see that sura? Ladies and gentlemen, can you see the sura? Okay. This is who, other than who? Hello, Brother Benson. I see you there. Thank you very much. Make sure you like the video. Please like the video and share. And if you haven't subscribe, please. So here is Eugene. This is, what's his name? This is Professor Makau Mutua, a very close person to Raila Odinga. In 2022, he was defending Raila Odinga through thick and thin. Even when he was going to the media, he was saying, I'm not recognizing anybody else but Baba as our president. This was the man who was actually he was there with Raila Odinga. He went to one mandamano only, even though he went to one mandamano, but he was strongly, vehemently supporting Raila Odinga. This is what Makau Mutua said. Professor Makau Mutua. This is a Camberman to put things in contextualize the issue. Okay, this is what he said. Kalonzo Musyoka stands the best chance. Forget the rest. Mumesikia kitu amesema? Amesema Kalonzo Musyoka stands the best chance. Forget the rest. What I have noticed right now? Let me tell you something that I have noticed. And let me take this out. Let me tell you something that I've noticed. All the Kamba leaders, all those Kamba leaders are rallying around Kalonzo Musyoka. They are supporting Kalonzo Musyoka, which means the Kamba vote are already gone. They are not going to support Raila Odinga in 2027. It's already split. Imenda. The Kamba vote. If a senior person like Makau Mutua, and you remember Makau Mutua was the one, he even refused to recognize Uhuru Kenyatta. He even refused to recognize Nani, to recognize what's his face, William Ruto, by saying that Raila won. Now he has changed tune. He's saying Kalonzo Musyoka is the best, and the rest are not even. Forget the rest. He said, forget the rest. That is what he told us. That is what he's telling us. Hii kitu ni namna gani sasa hii? So that is a very a good indication, okay? This is an indication that this guy, crap. All right. My thing is my computer here. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this: if the closest person to Raila Odinga, his senior most advisor in the last period, okay, is now saying that Kalonzo Musyoka is the best to Ninio in 2027, forget the rest. Remember, he said Kalonzo Musyoka. This is the senior most Ninio supporter. Okay? In case somebody wants to get in. Mkitaka kuingia, ndio hiyo. Ndio hiyo. Okay, in case you know. So, this is an illustration. If your close buddy, Professor Makau Mutua, who has been writing articles on the news, in the magazines, kwa gazeti, supporting Raila Odinga, it reached a point where he said what? As I showed you. What did he say? Kalonzo Musyoka stands the best chance. Forget the rest. Forget who? The rest. He didn't stop there. Not only him who was saying. Okay? Now, Goodyear is telling us something. Let's read what Goodyear is telling. The only way Kalonzo can win is by joining the Ruto, Raila, and Uhuru Club and negotiate with them. True. That's a possibility, but I don't think they will even let him run, because Raila wants to run, as Uhuru has told us. Now, another person who came out and spoke and said something was none other than Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Said something about Raila, which actually put a bad light on Raila. I will play you that. I will play you because tunataka kuchambua hii maneno. Let's see what Mbuvi Sonko was actually saying, because this was fairly shocking too. People were like, "Hey, kwani huyu jamaa? Hey, hebu tusikie." It was a blow that wasn't ilikuwa ile ilifanywa kimpango. Here is Mike Mbuvi Sonko telling us something about Raila vile alikuwa anamkula pesa. All right, let's hear. Are you ready?
Nijua. Nilienda kwa Mheshimiwa Kalonzo kwanza akiwa vice president na baba yangu. Akaniambia hapana, enda ujaribu kansa la kwanza. Nikamwambia sawa. Nikaenda kwa Raila Odinga akanitapeli pesa yangu kwanza kama kawaida yake. Akanambia hapana, wao kana Ruben Ndolo. Nikaenda kwa tip Kalembe Ndile akanisaidia, akanipatia direct nomination, lakini kabla nichukue nikasema hii Makadara iko na Wakikuyu wengi sana.
So you had Mike Sonko there.
Elda wetu wameita viongozi hawako kuja. Kwa nanijua. Nilienda kwa Mheshimiwa Kalonzo kwanza akiwa vice president na baba yangu. Akaniambia hapana, enda ujaribu kansa la kwanza. Nikamwambia sawa. Nikaenda kwa Raila Odinga akanitapeli pesa yangu kwanza kama kawaida yake. Akanambia hapana, wao kana Ruben Ndolo.
All right, let me stop it there. So Mike Mbuvi Sonko is basically saying in his speech, he was supporting, actually applauding and praising the Kambas in Nairobi, saying that when he started his political career, especially in Nairobi, they were very behind him. And he went on and actually explained that when he started his political career, especially in Nairobi, he started, he shopped around a few politicians. And when he got to do Raila Odinga asked him for some money, as usual. He was trying to, alikuwa anataka kumkula pesa, alimtapeli, whatever, as usual. It was a quick jab at Raila Odinga. What I'm trying to say in this is this, that Mike Mbuvi Sonko and the Kamba leaders right now, it is quite apparent, okay? It is quite apparent that they are jumping ship. They are firmly behind Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, you might be wondering, with all what you're saying, Mr. Kenya Rebel, what has that have to do with Ruto playing in this? I'll show you why. Once Ruto sat down with Raila Odinga and agreed, once Raila Odinga agreed to that NADCO talks, okay? And once Raila Odinga stopped the maandamano, effectively, that by itself, number one, discouraged the stronghold, Azimio stronghold, okay? Discouraged them, okay? When they were gaining momentum, then Raila Odinga was called, captured. You heard Gachagua alisema huyo mzee tumemweka kwa kona, okay? So Ruto Breskin brought him to the table. Raila Odinga was thinking that he was going to get what he wants, but Ruto knew what he was doing. The first step was to calm him down, to stop the mandamano, to stop giving this mandamano you can have in mandamano in Nairobi, but if there's a mandamano, there's an impression that the country is against the president. But when he stops the mandamano, things seems to be okay. So the number one order of business, trick that Ruto did, let me stop this mandamano. So he brought Raila Odinga to the table and he said, okay, nitakubalia now, let me hear what you have to say. But in order for us to sit down, go tell your followers to get off the streets, okay? So Raila called off the mandamano, as it was confirmed by Maina Njenga in that interview when he told us, Raila Odinga called him and told him that aache mandamano. So mandamano was halted. That's number one. Then this is how Ruto akamchezea, akamwambia, so Let's have this discussion and see how we can actually come up with something that can form the next government where you'll be part of it. Let's have that discussion. So you choose your 4 people and I'll choose my 4 people, and we shall have something that we'll have a discussion. Remember, when Raila first started, Raila started with after election, when he starts saying that he wanted something akin to the Kofi Annan Accord arrangement, wakina Ichungwa were the first ones who went to the public and told us that hakuna nusu mkate, hatutaki hiyo kitu. But very interesting, if you have an inquiring mind, it is very interesting. They rejected that at first, but when Ruto agreed to this NADCO report, NADCO kuongelea bipartisan talks, Ichungwa said, okay, in fact, he chaired it with Kalonzo Musyoka. So this was a setup. Walikuwa na set up Raila Odinga, setting up Kamili for a rough game. So Raila agreed to it and he stopped the maandamano. Wakamleta kwa kona, wakakuja wakamwambia, okay, baba sasa sikia. Let us come to this NADCO report. This report, we are creating this report which we shall pass in the parliament. We'll try to pass it in the parliament so that you'll be in the next government, okay? Once it passes through the parliament, you'll be in the next government. Our MPs shall vote for it, and you can tell your MPs shall vote for it, and itapitwa. All this time, Ruto knew this thing was not going to pass. It was not anchored in law. It was illegal. But wakaendelea tu, they were setting up Baba. Baba was not thinking. Wakamweka, wakamwambia, haya, endelea, tukuweke hapo. Baba kafurahia, hey, ndio hiyo. All this time, Ruto knew this thing is illegal. This thing is not going anywhere. He knows, okay, Mtata will go to the court. Haya, akaenda. Sindio Ichungwa akakuja na hiyo report ya wakaandika. Remember, again, ask yourself, if Ichungwa initially was against this thing that Raila wanted, that is Kofi Annan Accord thing, he was against it, which he called it a mnusumkate. Why should Ichungwa agree to it later when they were calling it the dialogue talk, national dialogue talk? Why should Ichungwa agree to? They knew this was a setup. They were bringing Raila kwa box. Walikuwa na kumweka kwa hiyo corner where they shall tie him up and finish him up. And they knew. So once this NADCO talk, even within the Azimio fraternity, not all people were happy with these talks. They were not. Wakina Martha Karua alisema, hatutaki maneno. It's not anchored in law. In fact, Martha Karua is a lawyer. Nani is also a lawyer. What's the Wambalwa is a lawyer. They knew this talk was actually legal. But wakasema, okay, Baba, whatever. Let's just stay in this Azimio. Maybe something might change. Okay. So wakaenda proposal ikaandikwa ikailio. Judge has already pronounced himself. Judiciary has pronounced itself and say, this thing is not anchored in law. So they're in a limbo, okay? So they're in a limbo. Here it is illegal. You know, Ruto will come and say, you know what, Baba, I agreed to sit down with you so we can have this NADCO talk. Since I agreed. What is the problem? I'm supporting you, Baba. I'm willing to listen to you. But all in all, Ruto knew this thing was not anchored in law, ayendi mahali. But he played along because it was a setup for Baba. Wakina Makao Mutua did not know better. They didn't advise Baba. So, this thing has been declared to be unconstitutional, this Ninio. Now, they're trying to use their thorax to pass it in parliament. Let's wait to hear what the parliament to say. I'm telling you, it will not go anywhere. Because even if it's passed, Ruto will just sit down and smile and wait for Kiamtata to run to the Ninio, back to the High Court and to declare it again unconstitutional. So this NADCO thing is a dead horse. It's dead on its feet. But Ruto knew this. Ruto knew this all along. But alikuwa nawacha Baba endelee because this was a setup. Hii ilikuwa setup kumweka Baba hapo hivyo. So while this thing is going on, Martha Karua wanapiga makelele wanasema, I do not agree with this proposal. And isitoshe, Kalonzo naye amesimama hapo anasema nini? 2027 ni mimi. Why is Kalonzo? It is 2024. Ask yourself this. Why is Kalonzo claiming he wants to stand in 2027 in 2024? We are still 3 years away. But Kalonzo Musyoka amesema yeye ndio sasa ana run. Baba mambo yake imeisha. Why is he claiming that right now? Sinangoja hata hapo 1 year wafanya hiyo nomination. Why is Kalonzo saying that right now? Why? Inakwambia it is by design. Ruto wanachapa 5-0. Bado Azimio wanalala. Washachapwa 5-0, hakuna defense, hakuna midfield, watu wanalala. Okay? So let's go about it. Let me read about what Gumbe is telling us just before I go on with my analysis here. Gumbe is telling, it's true, Kamba's votes are for Kalonzo, 100%. The only question will be the Azimio team. Sorry, the only question will the only question will the Azimio team be able to stick together after Kalonzo's endorsement? Ndio hiyo, that's true. I explained last time. If Kalonzo is declared to be the person who's going to be standing for Ninio, for Ninio, for president, the flag bearer, kinara wa ODM, wa Ninio, wa Kenya Kwanza. I mean, so Azimio. Martha Karua will leave. Martha Karua atabebana na Kioni, Jeremiah Kioni, na wataondoka. Because Martha Karua, I told you last time, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. If Raila kiamua tena run for 2027, Kalonzo will leave, Martha Karua will leave. Raila kipatia Martha Karua mkono, Kalonzo will leave. Raila akipatia Kalonzo mkono, Martha will leave. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. The reason why, because all of them feel like Raila has ran for what? 4 times and he has failed. Raila is 175 years old. He cannot go on again, despite what his brother Oburu is telling us. So they feel Raila amesha maliza mambo yake. Sasa ni turn yao. Somebody else should run. That is what they're feeling. In fact, it's only ODM that still wants Raila to run. But anybody else in the coalition wants a new person. They want their person. Martha Karua na naki yake na hiyo Kamwene wanasema it is time for mama. Nani huyu Kalonzo anasema we've been loyal to Raila. The Kambas have been loyal to Raila. So to answer a question when you ask, will the Azimio stick together if Kalonzo is Ninio, is Raila kipatia mkono ama Kalonzo become Ninio? No, they will not. Okay, so Goody is telling us, Kenya Rebel, are you forgetting that Ruto said that people should stop running to the courts? Yes, he said that, but actually he cannot stop anyone from running from courts, okay? Anyone can run from courts, even if it's not Kiamtata. One of the people from LSK will take that petition to the Ninio. Anybody, actually, Kuro Court can run for Ninio, can go there and say something, okay? So either way, Azimio is screwed. Inaenda kukatwa. People are going to be Ninio. That's why I'm telling you. Very good, Gumbe. You're asking very good question. Very good question. So, what should Raila do now? What should Raila do now? Listen, Ruto, by actually the proverbial, to use the words of Gachagua, by putting Raila on the corner, he has effectively, it is like cutting the head of the snake. Unaona? You know, the problem with this Azimio folks, they can't be by themselves. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to insult you if you're Azimio folks. I'm not insulting you, but I'm using the words of Junet. Junet said, anyway, let me not go there. Let me not say that. Let me say that. But let me say this. The Azimio folks, let me just be very clear, not Azimio, but to be specifically the ODM part of the Azimio, of Azimio coalition. That is how it goes. These people, no one can stand and actually start questioning Baba ni namna gani. What's going on? Because if you stand and say, wewe umenunuliwa na Ruto, hey, huyu jamaa amenunuliwa. But to answer your question, what should Raila do now? Raila has one bullet. I'm telling you, he has one bullet. He bullet is Nadco. He bullet ni Nadco. Unanisikia? Gumbe, I hope you can hear me. Raila's bullet is Nadco. In effect, what I'm trying to say, Raila, his last, for him to have any kind of relevance from now on, he has to be joined some kind of an alignment with William Samoei Ruto. I will repeat. Write this down. This is exclusive. I'm telling you something that even your prophet cannot see. Only me. I'm telling you. Write down this. Remember when I told us that ODM, he said ODM. He did not say Azimio. He said ODM shall get into another coalition, a new coalition. And I asked here, I told you, how many political coalitions do we have in Kenya? The main ones, the ones that we know, it is Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. So if ODM leaves Azimio, where is ODM going? Why is Raila fighting so hard for this NADCO? I'm asking people, answer me. Why is Raila fighting so hard for this NADCO? What does this NADCO entail? What's in the NADCO report? What is the architecture of what this NADCO proposal putting forward? It is designed to usher in a new form of government, which will require a referendum, because you cannot change the architecture of the constitution by just going to the parliament and passing it. The first, you have to pass it through the parliament, and after the parliament, mpaka iende kwa wananchi. Anything that has to do with changing the constitution, amending the constitution, mpaka uende kwa referendum. Listen, and I'm coming to you, Goodia. I'm coming to you, Goodia. Yeah? What should Raila do now? And this is what he's doing. Raila wants this referendum. He wants the NADCO report. You know, some people, in fact, I read some of the, one of the Azimio blogger is actually, they have even started. I'll tell, Gumbe, I'm answering you. Let me show you how they are starting. They've started working towards this NADCO thing. Let me show you something very, 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 very quickly. Something that came from the Azimio bloggers. I'll show you the first one, and I'm telling you, this is so interesting. This is so. I will show you. I want to read it with you, and I'm telling you why Raila is going for it. I'm telling you why, because, and that is a very heavy loaded question, heavily loaded question that I will answer here. If my thing, shoot. I'm answering right now. Ruto and Raila have a hang party. Yeah, just listen to me. I'm answering the question. I want to answer it. It's a heavy loaded question to ask. What should Raila do? I'm telling you what is. I'm explaining to you what Raila is doing right now that I told you. For him to remain politically relevant, he has to enter in some sort of arrangement with William Samoei Ruto. Some sort of arrangement, some sort, and he's doing it so. Well, my internet is not is letting me down. So let me just explain to you very quickly. I'll just use my Ninio because my internet is letting me down. But I'll explain. Let me go explain. Since I wanted to show you a tweet. It's a tweet by one of the Azimio bloggers, which is actually praising the NADCO report. Now, here it is. The reason why Raila wants the NADCO report is because NADCO report will require us, we Kenyans, to go for a referendum to create that position of what? Official opposition. So you did any. So him and the ODM people have a chair in the next dispensation, next government, if it goes to referendum and we have this new government, okay? That is what he wants, okay? Now, if he chooses not to go for NADCO, if the NADCO report doesn't go and we don't go to a referendum and that's all that does not happen, okay? If that doesn't happen, he'll be left with one thing. He will stay the kinara wa Azimio, but guess what? As I've showed you, the Kambas will leave immediately. Number two, let me explain to you. Let's get your eyes off the Azimio. Don't look at it in the eyes of the Azimio Pato as member of Azimio. Look at it in the eyes as an eyes of an objective Kenyan who is not Azimio or Kenya Kwanza. From an outsider looking in, what is the perception? If you look at that Azimio Chama, If Raila chooses to run for 2027, if I'm a voter who understand the politics of Kenya, it will seem like Raila is selfish. He has tried running 4 times. He has failed all those times, while his most closest lieutenant, Kalonzo Musyoka, felt like it was his time to run, and Raila denied him the opportunity, and Raila left. And Kalonzo left. So he will be left with Martha Karua, who I don't even think will even stay there also. I don't think Martha Karua will stay. You don't see Martha Karua. Nani ametuuliza hapa, where is Martha Karua? Martha Karua is gone. Okay? So so as an outsider, the perception will be Raila Odinga only wants to run the show. He's a dictator. He cannot let anyone else run for presidency. It's only him. He wants the spotlight. Okay? And perception is everything in politics. And the Kamba vote, all of them shall go with Nani. Will go with Nani. Anaitwa nani? Kalonzo. If Kalonzo leaves with the Kamba vote, where does that leave Raila Odinga with Azimio? If let's say Azimio say they're running in 2027, who will be supporting him? How strong is Wamalwa in Western Province? Let's be honest. No, let's be honest here. How strong is Wamalwa in Western Province? How many votes can Wamalwa bring you from Western Kenya? Okay? How many votes can Martha Karua bring you from Central Kenya? Martha Karua and Kioni. Because Uhuru will not be campaigning for Raila Odinga. Let's not fool ourselves. Uhuru is busy enjoying his life, living his best life. How many votes will Martha Karua bring you from Central Province? Tuache hii propaganda ya watu wa Azimio that they're telling us sijui alipata how many million votes in Central Province. That's a lie. Because they tell us that Atibaba got a lot of votes in Central Province, while at the same time they start blaming the people from Central Province that I'm going to pigia kura and you're the reason why we lost the election. You can't have it the both ways. The truth is the people of Central Province will never vote for Raila Odinga. That I can tell you. They will never vote for Raila Odinga. Never. Anyone from Central Province. I'm not saying that not even one can vote him. Yes, he can get a few votes, but he will never vote. They'll never vote for Raila Odinga. Okay? So what I'm trying to say, if Raila chooses to stay in Azimio and stand as the Kinara of Azimio, everyone shall abandon him. Even if Kalonzo abandon him, that's enough to put a huge dent, because all he will be left with is Coast Province. Okay? He's counting on Joho and Nani, huyo mayor, to actually msaidie. And he might win in Coast Province and Nairobi, but that's about it. And Nyanza. And even Nyanza is starting to get shaky. Owidi is making inroads. Oalo is making inroads. I'm not saying that Ruto will win in Nyanza. That I'll be lying to you. He will not win in Nyanza. Ruto will not win in Nyanza, but he can take some votes away from Raila Odinga. Okay? But nationally, if you're looking at the perspective nationally, what does that mean if Kalonzo leaves Azimio? It will be a really, really, really bad PR for Raila Odinga. Mbaya sana. Because it will seem like Raila Odinga owns Azimio and he runs it the way he wants. There's no democracy within Azimio. And losing the Kamba vote is enough for Raila Odinga to lose. Is enough. The last time at Fadhali alipata Azimio, he lost with 200,000 votes. This time, if he goes head to head with Nania, he's going to lose. Dola ndio hiyo imeanza kushuka. Okay? Even the Jacaranda had enough of the fights in the Raila. Okay, so let's say let me read Goodia. Goodia is saying even the Jacaranda has had enough of the infights and Raila handshakes. Yes. So what I'm telling you is this: the only viable option for Raila to actually stay politically relevant, and even that move will also make him unpopular with his diehard supporters. That move will be him forming. That's why he's pushing so hard for this NADCO. He's pushing so hard with all his powers. And Jimmy Wanjigi came out and say, April ikifika kama Ruto asipogeuza ninio asipo improve the economy, we'll know what will happen. Remember, Jimmy Wanjigi is Raila's guy now. He's back in Raila's guy. But I'm saying this. Ruto amekata Raila into size. Into size. Kabisa amemaliza. And it was being done categorically, step by step. Intentionally and methodologically. Pole pole, mlete huyo mzee pole pole. That's why you hear Gachagua saying that huyo mzee tumemweka kwa kona. Si unakumbuka akiweka sufuria kwa kichwa? Si unasikia, unakumbuka vile alikuwa anaenda maandamano na anaharibu mali ya watu? Sasa unaona tumemweka kwa kona. Mnataka atoke kwa kona ama tumlete tena? Wakasema tumwache kwa kona. They have sized him up. Go look at his speech in Mombasa. People are not enthusiastic about his speech anymore. What are you telling us, Raila Odinga? What are you telling us? They are not enthusiastic about what he has to say. He's trying to say, waliiba kura yangu na sasa wamekwama hawawezi wanakohoa. What kind of speech is that? Even Hassan Joho has to come and rescue him. Because the enthusiasm has lost. The Azimio diehards know that hii kitu imeenda. Mzee ameenda. He's back to size. Naelewa? So Raila is done. Is done politically. Ruto amemchapa 10-0. 10-0. And I'm not even Azimio. I'm not Kenya Kwanza. I'm telling you as it is. The diehards shall tell you. That's why you see how watu wana msimamo. One day you hear them, it says cost of living. The next day they tell you open the server. The next day they tell you sijui nini. The next day 10 million signatures. The next thing sijui mnaambiwa nini. The next thing mnaambiwa. They have no msimamo because they are discombobulated. Wamecharazwa politically. Ruto amewachapa 10-0. Because Azimio in itself are not together. Hakuna demokrasia. And I want to talk about Oburu. Oburu is not helping Raila Odinga by any means. Hizo matamshi yake ambayo alisema ati Raila is still young, Raila can still... It's not helping Raila Odinga. Because anyone with the eyes to see, ears to hear, nose to smell, mouth to speak, can tell you Raila is not young. It's not. And people feel like it's time for him to actually patiana mkono mtu mwingine. Tafadhali. There's talks of maybe he might give Joho the mkono. But that's the perception. That's not me talking. That's the perception. People want to see somebody else apewe mkono. Apatie, give somebody the next young person the mantle. Some people are saying Omalo and Babu Owino. No. That cannot work. And Kambas are right. They've been loyal to Azimio. So why not give... That's why I'm saying perception is reality. In politics, perception is a reality. So, if Raila Odinga akimruka Kalonzo Musyoka, what does that show you? People will be looking at him like, why should we vote for huyu mzee ambayo his loyal friend Kalonzo Musyoka has been with him through thick and things. Akamruka. He can't even give him an opportunity. I'm sorry, Raila Odinga, as new friends, but Stephen Kalonzo deserves it. He's been loyal. He should be the next in line. I'm not vouching for him because I have no interest. I'm not a Kamba. I'm not vested in Azimio politics. But if you're going by loyalty, remember, walimruka the last election for the sake of Martha Karua, hoping that Martha Karua shall bring the Mount Kenya votes and the women votes. Mama and Baba care. Create that image. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So the perception to people all over, even the people who are not even Azimio, because remember, the people who decide the election are who? Are the undecided. The undecided are the ones who actually, they are the ones who decide the vote. Because we know, you can look at it. Once IBC is constituted, they can tell how many people voted, how many people registered to vote. But the undecided are the one who tilt the vote. And my friend, let's not fool each other that say and keep on saying that Ruto stole the election in 2022. Raila lost fair and square. There's no evidence of Ruto stealing elections. So if you lose the Kamba vote, you are dead. And Raila knows that. He's dead. So his best chance is to join Ruto in a what? In a government of national unity, which is part of this NADCO nonsense that he's fighting for, that the court has actually declared to be unconstitutional, not anchored in law. So Raila has to do this. This is the next step, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. This is the next step for Raila Odinga. Mandamano. He has to fall on the very thing that actually brought him back to the what? To the discussion table. Mandamano. Mandamano is what helped him get with the audience, seek audience with the president. Mandamano. So he has to build this up. He has to. That's why you hear him saying, Ruto wants to pick up his own IEBC. Oh, Ruto is taking over this. Yeah, Ruto is taking over everything. Yeah, Ruto is doing this. We can't bear this anymore. Let's go to the streets. Yes, Ruto is messing up. We're not lying. He's not lying. Ruto is messing up. But there are some lies that he's peddling, that Ruto wants to pick his own IEBC. That's a lie. Okay? And that's why he wants this NADCO thing passed before they even choose the IEBC. Because even in the NADCO thing, it actually proposes the change in the composition of the IEBC commissioners. Goodyear is telling us he is young in making decisions. That's what he meant. I think someone is mentioning Babu Owino. You will be surprised. Babu Owino, let me tell you something about Babu Owino. Babu Owino is going nowhere. Let me tell you right now, Babu Owino is going nowhere. Nowhere. Babu Owino cannot run for president. Even visuals. Ukiangalia Babu Owino looks like he's 16 years old. I'm not saying he has a 16-year-old brain, but I'm saying he looks like a young child. There's nothing presidential about Babu Owino. Come on, let's be serious. There's nothing presidential about Babu Owino. He hasn't earned his stripes. Kalonzo agree or like him or do not like him. Kalonzo has earned his stripes. Even Babu Owino was eulogizing about Kalonzo's performance when he was the vice president, was minister of foreign affairs, minister of Sijui minister of that. In that funeral. Babu Owino does not look presidential. He doesn't even look like a governor. Babu Owino still looks like a university student. Akae hapo MP Mbakasi. He's very good as an MP. Anapigana huku achape watu bunduki afanye hii. Babu Owino is not ready. And I like his passion and his zeal. But there's nothing presidential about Babu Owino. He doesn't even look like a governor. The way he dresses, the way he acts, the way he doesn't carry himself as such. Sifuna may be as a governor. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Optics is everything. Perception is reality. That's why I'm saying. So Ruto has totally finished Azimio, dismantled it completely. We are just waiting. It's just a matter of time. In the next few months, I'll give it 4 months. In the next 4 months, Martha Karua or Kalonzo will leave. And there is another reason why they want this NADCO thing, because in the NADCO thing, it proposes the position of the official opposition prime minister, chief, nini. They want that because it will solve Raila's problem, which is Kalonzo. Raila will say, let me be the prime minister, Kalonzo be the chief, nini. That way, Kalonzo hata pia kona cheo kidogo to keep him busy. So everyone actually gains. Unfortunately for Raila Odinga, the NADCO report was not anchored in law, so it is null and void. Ayendi mahali, we cannot implement it. It's illegal. So he has to go back to the drawing board. And I say this, another thing that Raila can do, I don't know, is make the decision as Azimio. Make a decision right now. Right now. Make a decision right now. Ndio wale watu wanataka kuenda, waende, wale wanataka kubaki, wabaki. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 1 hour. Like this video if you haven't liked it, tafadhali. Na sio tafadhali, like it. Sio tafadhali, like. Okay, I'll use tafadhali. Aye. Okay. Put like it. Like it. If you're watching it for your first time, if you're going to watch this on later on in repeat, make sure uende hapo kwa YouTube, type your jina, ukiona hiyo sura yangu, subscribe immediately. Na sio tafadhali, immediately. Vile Mutula alikuwa anasema, sio tafadhali, immediately. Subscribe. More content is coming. I will chambua what happened in parliament today. There's something Abdel Nasir also was still talking about, talking smack about the CJ Koome. Bado hiyo grudge yake na Koome bado inaendelea, about meeting the Ford whatever. I'll talk about that also. Maybe I might go live later. But anyway, yes, subscribe, like the video so people can see it. So Raila can see it and actually take the right video. So William Ruto can see it and make the right choice. And somebody else can see it and make the right choice. Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe. And I'll come back later. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, it's been an hour. I usually stop by an hour, okay, Mark? Thank you very much, Gumbe. Thank you very much, Goodyear. Thank you very much, Brother Benson. Thank you very much, everyone who watched this video. You, okay? Yes, Goodyear, I'll see you later. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everyone who watched this video, if you have an opportunity, if this video came up in your whatever, in your timeline or whatever, you just saw it, you are watching another video, but it came up, please go ahead and subscribe it. I'm here every day. I put the link here. If you want to join me and have a discussion, the link is always there. You can join the studio and we can discuss, we can debate, we can talk, and we can brainstorm on the Kenyan politics. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, this is Kenya Revolutionary. I had a pleasure. It's been a wonderful one hour talking to you and having a wonderful discussion with you on the comment section. And even out there, if you're watching and you're wondering who this is, it's Kenya Revolutionary. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment, and I will talk to you later. Thank you and God bless, as they say in Rastafari. Ja bless. Bye, peace and love. Peace. I'll see you later.